Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for stopping by the stream as we've got a really good one today as we're going to be watching the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns go off for game two with the Suns being up 1-0. So this is a very good chance for the Suns to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this series. But we'll see if the Nuggets will storm back with the now MVP Jokic leading the charge for the Denver Nuggets, and we'll see how they fare in game two. So this should be a good one that should go down to the wire. Extremely excited about this. Obviously, you've got Devin Booker for the Suns. He lights it up. Chris Paul and his leadership. Ayton and what he brings down low against Jokic. That's going to be key for them. And so really looking forward to this series for sure. We all know that at the drop of a hat, Michael Porter Jr. can really go off and drop an enormous amount of points, honestly. So that's going to be one of the X factors for today's matchup, is seeing, just how strong of a start the Nuggets get off to. As we all know that they're going to light it up, but it's going to be interesting to see early on who goes out there and grab momentum early in this game. So definitely thrilled for that. I will be rooting for the Phoenix Suns in this game, certainly. I love what they bring to the table. I want to see Chris Paul get that chip. As a Lakers fan whose team did not make it past the first round, I would love to see Chris Paul be able to get that chip for sure. Up and here we go. The game is tipped off. Denver has it first. Jokic with the first points of the game. Denver's up 2-0. Chris Paul has it, bringing it up court. They set the pick. Paul has it up top. And the Phoenix Suns are able to answer back. Crowder with the jumper. We have a 2-2 game. Looking to get Jokic the ball early. Porter has it. He shoots. No good. Paul with the rebound. Booker has it. He pulls up. No good. They're coming out aggressive on both ends, both teams. Jokic with a nice pass. Kicks it out. No good again. Out of bounds, it'll be Suns ball. As you can see, the pace is extremely fast here. Chris Paul's bringing it up court. Kicks it out to Crowder. And a three. Suns are up 5-2 at this point. Extremely fast pace. Both teams looking to get going from downtown early. It's going to be a matter of who gets hot the longest. Phoenix with the rebound. Booker has it. Bringing it up. In the corner for another three. No good. Nuggets have it. Bringing it up. Everyone's pretty much at the top. Porter again. He's off to a cold start. Booker has it. Looking to establish himself early. Kicks it down low to Ayton. He's posting up. Pulls up for the two. No good. Jokic with the rebound. He's bringing it up. Kicks it up to Porter again. Porter's got to get going soon for the Nuggets. No foul call. The refs are letting them play. Booker has it, bringing it up, fast break. And a bucket. Up, but they stop the play. Paul to inbound it. Ayton has it. Booker has it at the top. They don't want to let Booker get going. He pulls it for three, and he makes it. Suns are up 8-2 right now. The Nuggets looking to respond. Pull up for the two. No good. Booker with the rebound. Passes it to Paul. He's moving. Crowder kicks it down low. Aiden with the shot. No good. Porter with the rebound. He's bringing it up. They go for another three. They're just not hitting it for downtown so far. It's not often you see this Nuggets team struggle from downtown. Yeah, both teams are coming out being aggressive on offense. The difference is the Phoenix Suns are getting some to drop right now. Nuggets have it at the top. They want to pull it. They want to pull that three. They've been looking to get some threes to fall. Jokic has it. No good. Gets his own rebound, and it's good this time. Phoenix is still up 8-4. Right now for the Suns, Crowder is the leading scorer with 5 points. Booker has 3. Meanwhile, for the Nuggets, Jokic has all of their 4 points. The Nuggets are still bringing the ball up. Porter shoots again, and it's just not falling for him. It's just not falling for Porter right now. He's 0 for 4, but you like the fact that he's being aggressive. They certainly want for him to keep shooting. Chris Paul has it inside. Pulls up for the 2. Nice jumper. 10-4. That's what Chris Paul does. And so now the Nuggets down low with the alley hoop. That is now 10-6. Phoenix Suns. Phoenix has it. Paul dishes it to Booker, who shoots immediately. Doesn't get it. Porter with the rebound. Got a 10-6 game right now. Austin Rivers has it. He loses control but is able to retain possession. Yeah, both teams are moving at a fast pace. This is expected to be a high-scoring game. It's just a matter of time before guys like Porter start hitting their shots. Jokic withdrawing the foul there on Aiden. Yeah, both teams are already coming out with that intensity as they know how important this game is. For the Suns, you definitely want to win all of your home games. Keep that home court advantage. If you're Denver, this is a chance to go ahead and try to steal that. Jokic hits the first free throw. It's 10-7. Jokic hits the second free throw. We have a 10-8 game right now. Booker's bringing it up. A lot of movement on offense. They drive in and get the bucket. We have a 12-8 game right now. But Denver has the ball. They're moving quick. Getting inside. Shot no good. Booker with the rebound, bringing it up. Ooh, Aiden is being aggressive on that play. Draws the foul, draws the contact. So he'll be going to the line. Yeah, so right now for the Nuggets, Jokic has pretty much been the guy carrying them offensively thus far. He has 6 points. Gordon has 2 as well. Porter's been trying to get going. He's currently 0 for 4 from field goals, 0 for 3 from deep, but I expect for that to change soon on their end. And as for the Suns, Crowder has 5. Paul, he has 2. Booker has 3. Bridges has 2. And so definitely the Suns, seem like collectively they're off to a quicker shooting start thus far. As it is obviously very early. Yeah, so currently we have the Phoenix Suns leading this series 1-0 at the moment. So this is a pivotal game too for the Suns to try to get up 2-0 and put the pressure on Denver when they're at home for the next 3-4 games. So certainly, I mean for games 3 and 4. So certainly this will be an important game for both teams. Yep, right now the Denver Nuggets are shooting 23% in terms of field goal percentage, while we have the Phoenix Suns shooting at about 46% thus far. But we still have a close game, obviously. Both of these teams, they can score at will, so certainly I expect for this to remain a high scoring game. Jay in the Bay, what's good? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining the stream. What team do you have winning? Are you rooting for the Nuggets or are you rooting for the Suns tonight? Yeah, and so far, I mean, honestly, I love the aggressiveness that Michael Porter is showing for the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, they haven't been falling so far, but I expect for that to fully change. Him and Jokic, I like the energy that the Denver Nuggets are playing with thus far. And as for the Phoenix Suns, I love what they're doing as well. It seems like their entire team is out there being aggressive, trying to find their shot, all of that. So that's definitely great. Jay in the Bay, you got the Suns. Same here, same here. Definitely rooting for the Phoenix Suns. Want to see Chris Paul and company advance to the next round and hopefully keep going and get their chip. As Chris Paul certainly, I feel he deserves it. If anybody deserves it, he certainly does for all that he's done in the league for sure. Right now we have a 12-8 ball game. Aiden misses the first free throw. And he makes the second. So now we have the Phoenix Suns up 13-8. And Jokic has the ball up top, fresh off of that MVP award in which he won after a tremendous season. I mean, some may argue that Joel Embiid, could have gotten that MVP, but I mean, he missed a lot of games this year. But he certainly, is looking like an MVP type of player after the performance he had yesterday. But Jokic is certainly a special and gifted player, for sure. And we have LeBron James joining the chat. Thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you. What team are you rooting for? Denver has it. Jokic has it up top. He's been pretty much running the entire offense thus far. He sets the pick. Rivers has it up top. He pulls it. He's feeling himself, and he misses it. Aiden with the rebound, dishes it to Chris Paul, who's bringing it up with his veteran leadership, setting up the offense. They set the pick. Chris passes it. Crowder passes it in the corner, and they missed it. Porter with the rebound. 15-10. Ooh, Nuggets with the slam. That is now 15-12, and that would be Gordon with the slam. 15-12. I expect that this is going to be one heck of a game here, as this is extremely important for both teams. If you're the Nuggets, you really want to steal this game, and if you're the Phoenix Suns, you don't want that to happen. You just want to make sure you maintain home court advantage. Jokic has it up top, kicks it down, gets it back. I love how he's getting multiple touches. And he's being aggressive with that. He missed it, but that's one that he certainly could have got to go down there. Phoenix up 17-12. Aiden misses that. Jokic with the rebound. They kick it in the corner. No good. Gordon misses that shot. Right now, the Denver Nuggets are shooting 26% right now, field goal percentage. They have not hit a three yet collectively as a team, whereas the Phoenix Suns are shooting 46%, and they are about 33% from the three-point line right now. LeBron, you say Denver because the Suns beat you. I feel that. I feel that as a Lakers fan, I certainly do feel that pain right there. Most certainly. I mean, if Phoenix loses, I won't be mad about it. But for Chris Paul's sake, I'm rooting for Phoenix here. But yeah, it's tough. I just want the Clippers to lose. That's who I really want to see lose. If they lose, I'm gonna be happy. If them and the Brooklyn Nets, somehow lose, then I'll be extremely happy. I'll be content with the results. Whoever else wins after that, honestly. Yeah, but definitely, I mean, the news of today, with LeBron switching his jersey over from 23 to 6, that certainly, created quite the buzz there. So definitely looking forward to seeing how that's going to, result moving forward for the Los Angeles Lakers to see LeBron in that number 6 again as opposed to 23. Yep, and right now the top scorer is Jokic as he has 8 points on the night, going 3 for 5 from field goals thus far. For the Phoenix Suns, Crowder is currently the leading scorer with 5 points as he is 2 for 2. Yeah, the West this year certainly seems like it's just an extremely competitive side of the conference. But hey, that's every year if you watch the NBA. But certainly, especially this year, there seemed like there wasn't no clear cut favorite. There's so many teams that you really could have honestly picked to come out of the West because there's just so many talented teams. Honestly, I mean, you look at all the teams, even the teams that have gotten put out. Like the Trailblazers, Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Lakers. There's just so much talent, from top to bottom across. So therefore, the Western Conference, if you come out of the West, I mean that right there deserves a trophy right there to come out of the West. Now what the East has with Brooklyn and the Nets, that's just a scary team all around. But certainly got to give props to the Western Conference for the amount of talented teams that they have. Yep, and right now the Phoenix Suns are up 17-14 with about 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. At some point, I expect for Michael Porter Jr. to get it going. We saw just, how he's been able to do the last couple of games in terms of scoring. So it's just a matter of time. So if I'm Denver, I certainly want Michael Porter Jr. to keep shooting, although he's 0 for 5 right now, 0 for 4 from the 3 point line. But we know Michael Porter Jr. can get hot at any moment. And so if you're Denver, you certainly want him to keep shooting and to get hot, preferably sooner rather than later. As for Booker and Paul, they haven't had to do too much offensively yet in terms of scoring, but Paul has 4 assists and leading the team with 4 assists. Phoenix Suns have the ball and they're bringing it up. A lot of screens being set. Booker has it up top. He's looking, he pulls up, and he hits that three. Phoenix Suns are up 20-14. Booker now has 6 points so far. Jokic is moving around with some aggressiveness to him. You got to love that. He kicks it down low. Nice pass, and you get nice results when you make nice passes like that. 20-16. Phoenix has it. They're driving. Crowder has it. And they get the bucket there. So that is now 22-16 Phoenix Suns with Denver bringing it up court. Jokic has it at the top, dishes it out. They kick it back to him. Okay, looks like he's going to post him up. Kicks it out. They give it back to him. And that nice pass. He caught it and immediately turned it around. Phoenix is up 22-18 now. That is Borton the third with that dunk. Gotta love the way that Jokic sets his teammates up. Suns shoot. No good. Denver gets the rebound. Their offense seems to be a lot better now as the quarter continues to roll on. More guys hitting shots. Jokic is doing what he does, what he's been doing all season long, sizing up his defender. Goes for the tough shot, no good. Booker with the rebound, brings it up court. Oh, he goes for another three and no good, no good. I felt that one. I felt like that one was going to go in, but it was no good there. Feeds it down low to Jokic, who's in great position to turn around and do some damage, but he kicks it out, and it's going to be out on the Suns. Both teams have came out with tremendous energy to start this game, and they're setting the tone for what's going to be a great game. Obviously, Jokic has been putting in a lot of work, so they'll go ahead and let him sit the rest of this quarter out. Aiden's already resting, so it makes sense. But these teams are coming out, and they're aggressively looking to find their shots. Phoenix with the rebound, looking to push it on the break. And he missed the layup. Denver has it up top. He pulls up for three. He misses it. That'll be off of the Phoenix Suns there. LeBron, you say you like the Jazz ball movement. I like it as well, especially when Jokic gets it and then he immediately passes it and the guy's cutting to the basket. That seems to be very effective right now, extremely. And Michael Porter Jr. is getting some open looks. It's just a matter of time before he starts hitting it as well. But I love the ball movement as well, certainly. I'm sorry, you said the Jazz, not Denver. My apologies there. But yeah, for the Jazz, though, yes, certainly. I mean, they are looking, with Donovan Mitchell, they are looking like the team that certainly is, the best team in the West right now in terms of where they're seated. So they certainly look like they belong there. It's not every year we get to say that about the Utah Jazz, so I'm certainly going to take advantage of that for sure. And for LeBron, I have a question for you. Where would you rank I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell in terms of in the NBA? Do you see him as a top five, top 10 player? Where do you have him ranked? And you say Nuggets as well. Yes, certainly. There's just something about a team that plays, selflessly with the ball. I mean, when I was watching the Brooklyn Nets pretty much demolish the Bucks, I noticed how the ball movement just it just seemed like these guys didn't care about stats. They didn't care about scoring. They knew every pass was a good pass, and they had complete faith in their teammates. To go out there and to make the right basketball move. And when you have that much talent on the team, that's all you can really do is just trust in your guys. Now, if you're on a team where the talent around you may be limited, that's a whole different thing right there, honestly. You say top 10? Yeah, I feel you on that one. That's about where I've got him as well in the top 10. That sounds about right. He's definitely going to continue to climb that ladder, though, as he continues to, get more and more years under his belt, as we've seen with guys like Damian Lillard throughout their career. But certainly, I'd say top 10 for sure. And at the end of the quarter, we have the Phoenix Suns winning 25-21 right now. Both teams off to a great start offensively. A lot of ball movement, and it's just a matter of certain shots falling when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, as Porter has yet to score yet throughout this first quarter. You best believe that's going to change. He is 0 for 6 shooting right now. You say he's probably at 7. Let's see. I'd say about that 7 or 8 spot. That sounds really about right. I mean, honestly, if you're able to lead your team, like this deep into the playoffs and in the Western Conference, get that top seed. Although we do know that some teams have to deal with injuries, like the Lakers, but still, if you're able to manage your team that deep, that goes to show the type of how talented you are as an individual, as well as a leader. That cannot be underrated. That he's definitely developed into more of that leadership role over the last couple of seasons. And he certainly has the mindset that you want from your superstar. He knows what's being said about him. So he's certainly going out there, with an aggressiveness to try to show what he can do. And then we have Mamito G. You said MJ or LeBron. Honestly, I'll first start by saying that, those two played in two different eras. And so personally, for me personally, I would take MJ over LeBron because of MJ's mindset. I want for my best player to play like the best player, to go out there with the mentality. There's no question as to who's going to take the shot. He wants to go out there and take that shot. Now, obviously, LeBron, what he does with the team first mentality, that is fantastic. And honestly, in today's basketball, I probably would have to go with LeBron because I think MJ's mentality may rub some people the wrong way when it comes to just, being told what to do, being pushed beyond what they're comfortable with. Today's players may not respond that well to that. So in today's era, you probably have to go with LeBron. But in terms of just who I'm choosing, MJ or LeBron, I'm taking MJ because I need to know that when the game's on the line, MJ, he's going to take that shot. LeBron, he might not take that shot. He's going to make the best basketball move, and that's great, but that may not be what the team needs. The team may need for you to go ahead and carry them sometimes, so yeah. And LeBron, you said you were salty when the Lakers lost. I was too. I'm telling you, I was extremely salty when the Lakers took that L. I mean, and the way that they took that L too. That was, as a Lakers fan, you don't see that every time. The last time I felt like that with the Lakers being, I guess, put out in the playoffs in that fashion, we're probably going back to the year that the Dallas Mavericks won the championship. And like they just completely came out of nowhere, I felt, in terms of winning that series, how they did so convincingly. So that was definitely tough to watch for sure. LeBron, you said you never watched Jordan, but you would still say MJ because he brings. Because, yeah, Bron does pass too much at times. And we did see that. I remember watching the Lakers last game. They gave it to him in the post. He kicked it right back out. They kicked it back to LeBron. He kicked it right back out. And I'm like, dude, take the shot. I don't care if you make it or miss. Just be aggressive. Do what you do. And let's see. Mamita, you say who is a better shooter, Steph Curry or Ray Allen? In terms of just a purely better shooter, I got to go with Steph Curry. I mean, I love what Ray Allen, what he does. And there are times now, I will say, if we're talking about just the big game, as in the finals, give me Ray Allen, because I've seen some times where Steph Curry has gone cold in the finals and then you have Klay Thompson to bail you out. But in terms of in a regular season and just, like if we're talking a full season here, best shooter, give me Steph Curry because he's got that deep range. And it feels like everywhere on the court is his zone, honestly. But yeah, if the game's on the line, though, yeah, Ray does have some clutch genes to him. You can ask LeBron about that for sure. He definitely did come in clutch against the Spurs. And what a series, what a finals that was. What happened to them days where we had finals like that? And LeBron, you say Bron, of course. Of course. I knew you'd take that direction there. I mean, but yeah, today's game though is definitely more fitted for Bron's type of style, honestly. And so, yeah, in today's age, nobody would probably want to really play with MJ, at least not that long. So, and we have the Phoenix Suns. They are up 30-23 right now. They are certainly putting in some work. Denver's moving it around at the top of the key. Pulls a three, no good. Phoenix with the rebound. Chris Paul bringing it up. Almost a nice steal there, almost. And Paul just missed that one, but Phoenix will retain possession on that. You say Manning or Brady? Well, I'm a Patriots fan, so I'll tell you, At first, it might have been biased when I would always say Brady, but now that I've seen just about the entire body of work of both, still give me Brady. I mean, what Peyton did was special in Indianapolis, and if he had a better defense, that could have resulted in a couple more victories. But give me Brady. I love how clutch Brady has been throughout his entire career. So certainly, I would have to rock with Tom Brady there for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, but just give me Tom Brady. And we see what he's done with Tampa as well. So certainly give me Brady. Yep. And LeBron, you say Curry regular season, Ray Allen playoffs. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. And Chris Paul's bringing it up. Seems like he's slowing down the tempo just a tad bit. Oh, wide open for three. You have to make that. There's so much pressure when you're that wide open in the corner for a three, and everybody seems like they're just backing off you, and then you miss. I mean, yeah, that, yeah, that's a lot more pressure than having somebody on you sometimes. Nuggets get that jumper there. It is 30-25. Phoenix has it at the top, moving the ball around. Just about everybody's touched the ball now. Chris Paul has it. He's taking on Michael Porter Jr. Pulls up, able to draw the foul. That'll be two. Oh, yeah, Chris Paul is focused. I love the mentality that Chris Paul brings every time he's on the court. You can definitely feel that leadership. Just his presence alone helps make that team better. And we saw last year during the, I guess you could say during the bubble, where the Phoenix Suns, they seemed like the hottest team, arguably out there during that time. And so adding someone like Chris Paul, that was a fantastic move on their part. Because one, the team is young, they have great respect for Chris Paul, and so therefore it was able to work better than it did for Chris Paul, say when he was like with the Houston Rockets and stuff. So certainly was a great match for the Phoenix Suns for sure, as they are up 32-25. Let's see, you say, do you think Mahomes will be better than Brady? When I think of Mahomes in terms of will he be better than Brady, if we're talking numbers at the end of the day, I think that's very possible. I mean, throughout Brady's first couple of years in the league, his best receiver was Troy Brown, and that is not a knock whatsoever. But Troy Brown is not Tyreek Hill. He didn't have a Travis Kelce throughout, the first couple years in his career until he got Gronk, a little bit later on. But Brady was already Brady by then. And so for Mahomes, though, as long as Andy Reid stays around throughout, the duration of his career and they continue to put guys around him, Mahomes is going to win that statistical battle. It's just going to be a matter of can he win the amount of championships that Brady does. And it does help that Mahomes will now have 17 games as opposed to the regular 16. So many factors that come into play. But statistically speaking, I think that, if anybody has a chance, Mahomes has a chance. But you got to be clutch the way Brady's been clutch. And so that's going to be the hard part. Injuries can happen, stuff like that. So right now, I'll say no. He will not be better than Brady when you're looking at his entire career, but he will have seasons that will be better than Brady's perhaps best seasons, so that's how I see it. Phoenix in the corner for three. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that was a shot right there. He's feeling himself now. 35-25, Phoenix Suns. And this is only my third stream, but this is perhaps the closest game that I've got to stream yet. So I'm excited about that. As I've pretty much been witnessing a couple one-sided affairs, I guess you can say, the last couple of nights. So certainly I'm excited to see that this game has started off as close as it has. And for the Suns, they've been able to get quite a few amount of points off the bench as well. I believe that they have 13 points off the bench so far. Both teams actually have gotten some production off the bench, really, if you really look at it. As the Denver Nuggets, they have about 11 points as well. So both teams are getting nice production from the bench early in the game, which will bode well for the starters, later on. And the Suns, they are currently up 1-0 in this series. And so if they can find a way to win this game and hold on, then they can go up 2-0 in this series and put the pressure on the Denver Nuggets for game 3. All I want from the Western Conference is for the Clippers to lose. That will make me happy. They lost last night in a close one. Had me a little nervous there for a while, but eventually the Jazz were able to finish that. That made me happy. I love how Donovan Mitchell, had a strong, basically, I guess you can say, second half of the game. And so in the Utah Jazz, they definitely came together there and was able to pull that off, as the Clippers did have, I believe, like an 11-point lead. And so, yeah, it was definitely great to see the Jazz fight back and take game 1 and make sure that they did not give the Clippers any games, did not let them steal any games, I should say, this early. How do you guys feel about the MVP? With it being Jokic, do you feel it should have been anyone else? On the Phoenix Suns, every single starter thus far has already scored in this game, whereas for the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. has yet to score so far in this game, as well as Campazzo as well. So 2 starters for the Nuggets have yet to score. Another big difference so far is that the Suns are shooting 50% from the three-point line, whereas the Nuggets are currently shooting about 7% from three. As a matter of fact, they're shooting 31% as a field goal percentage, whereas the Suns are shooting 40%. So Nuggets, their shots just aren't falling right now, honestly. If Michael Porter Jr. is having a regular day right now, this score is probably tied at the moment. So certainly give some credit to the Suns defense. Denver's bringing the ball up. Jokic has it up top. He passes it. Oh, yeah, they're passing the ball around. And Rivers hits that 3. He stepped into that one. So now the Nuggets have 28. The Suns have 35. Chris Paul is bringing it up court. Behind the back pass. And he missed the 3. Denver with the rebound. They're looking to feed Jokic. That time it was a bad pass that time. But that's okay. You got to be aggressive to get this man the ball. The offense is at best when he touches the ball, so certainly understand that. Booker has it. He passes it. Booker gets it back. They've got 2 on the shot clock. He puts up a shot, no good. Jokic with the rebound. Kicks it up court. Rivers dishes it down low. They're looking to post up here. Kicks it back out. Rivers again. Up, and we get the foul. A lot of movement, though. You have to love the movement that they're showing out there. Yep, you have to give Denver's defense credit for how they've been able to so far contain Michael Porter Jr. in terms of him not being able to get on the board so far. Chris Paul has it. Aiden has it up top. Booker gets it. They've got 2 guys on him. They definitely don't want him to get going. Chris Paul sees it, and so he goes into aggressive mode, but he's blocked. Denver has the open 3, and he misses it. The shots just are not falling right now for the Denver Nuggets. It's just not falling. And that's just something that, you just got to keep shooting your way out of. Chris Paul shoots again, this time airballs it. They kick it up court. Rivers loses it out of bounds. That'll be Phoenix basketball. The score is currently 35-28. Both teams are really pass the ball well and distributing the points around. Chris Paul has it up top, bringing it. Devin Booker, every time he gets it now, they're double teaming him to make sure that he doesn't go off. And that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the teammates for them to go out there and score. Phoenix for three, no good. Denver with the rebound. Gordon has it. And he gets the bucket. Phoenix is still up 35-30, 5-point game with just over 5 minutes remaining in the second. CP3 bringing it up. Booker almost loses it, but he turns it over. Can they convert on a fast break? No. That was a nasty miss there. Phoenix for three, no good. Jokic make an effort to try to get the rebound. Yeah, both teams, they really want this. They're putting a lot of effort. Some of these shots just aren't falling that usually fall. Yeah, CP3 with a nice block on that one. And now CP3 is going to get some rest. They are guarding Booker. Out of bounds. It'll be Denver's basketball. So Denver's bringing it up. Jokic has it. A lot of these fouls are coming from them just being aggressive, going out there, as this game is definitely within reach of both teams, and they really want this game. That cannot be understated. They understand the importance of this game. Jokic is going to inbound it. Gordon gets it off the inbound. Michael Porter Jr., he kicks it out to Jokic. Jokic is fighting down low in the post. They want to get him the ball. It's just not there. Michael Porter Jr. for three, no good. That now makes him 0 for 7, while he's 0 for 6 from downtown. If I'm the coach, I'm telling him keep shooting because we know what he's capable of. And Booker will be heading to the free throw line. Booker hits the first free throw. And Booker hits the second, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Now Denver's going to bring it up court. They want to try to get on a run here towards the end of this quarter. Jokic has it up top. He's driving. He puts up a shot and it goes in. Nice shot. That's what he does. That's his bread and butter right there. Phoenix has the ball. Booker has it. He has to pass it. They're not going to let Booker take an easy shot. Yep, and somehow that layup went in. And so Phoenix is up 39-32 right now. So we have a 7-point game. And then a foul on the other end. Being over aggressive that time. I don't know about that one. Denver has it up top. At this point, yeah, he's definitely got to calm down a little in terms of just the aggressiveness on the defensive end and drawing all these fouls. Because the Suns, they've got momentum right now. They certainly want to keep riding that. Michael Porter Jr. He shoots. He gets his first points of the night. Gets a 2-pointer there on the jumper. Chris Paul passes to Booker, and Booker draws the foul and one. They finally don't double team him, and what does he do? He draws the foul and hits the jumper. That's Booker for you. Don't leave that man alone. Yeah, what a shot. And that's what you need from your superstars, especially in a game like this. Booker now has 10 points so far. And the score is 42-34. Phoenix up by 8. Michael Porter Jr., is he about to warm up? No, he kicks it out. Now if he throws up a prayer, that doesn't work. But the Suns, they are moving it down quickly. The layup is no good. Denver's bringing it up. Rivers has it. He's looking to be aggressive versus Chris Paul, former teammate. Michael Porter Jr. has it up top. Oh, they tried to pass it to Jokic, and what a steal by Booker. And then the open slam. Phoenix is up 44-34 right now. What a play by Booker. He now has 13 points in the game, as well as 7 rebounds and an assist and a steal. But Denver's bringing it up. They certainly need to get on a run. Wide open 3, and he hits it. So that's 44-37. Yeah, that should not have been that easy for him to get that wide open from 3. Denver is only shooting 16% from the 3-point line. Chris Paul kicks it in the corner. Yep, draws the foul on Jokic. Yeah, Phoenix is definitely playing with a lot of intensity, a lot of aggressiveness, for sure. Yep, Devin Booker, he's providing energy. CP3 is providing leadership. And right now, that's providing the Phoenix Suns with a 7-point advantage thus far, with about 2 minutes to go in the second. Porter Jr., he currently has 2 points in the night, going 1 for 8 on field goals, while he is 0 for 6 from 3. So he hasn't hit a 3 yet. That can obviously change in the second half. And if Denver's going to win this game, they're going to need it to. But Jokic, he has carried Denver so far in terms of leading them in scoring with 10 points. The offense is running through him. He has 6 rebounds, 4 assists, so he's certainly out there making plays for his team. Both teams are tied when it comes to defensive rebounds in this, and the edge has gone to the Nuggets in terms of overall rebounds, as they have 27 to Phoenix is 24, but they're relatively even in that department. Again, we have just over 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. If you're the Denver Nuggets, you definitely want to get on some type of a run. It'd be nice if they can get Michael Porter Jr. going here to end this quarter, so he gets that momentum. That momentum going before the second half. But overall, they definitely want to try to get on a little bit of a run here, as they have enough time here to try to get on the run and see how close they can make this, or if they can possibly even take the lead before halftime. If you're Phoenix, you definitely would love to be on the run yourself here and try to extend this lead a little bit more. Try to make it at least about 10 points heading into the half. And for Denver, basically everybody who has gotten in the game has pretty much scored, with the exception being Morris in terms of off the bench. But everybody else has pretty much scored. Same thing for Phoenix, the exception being Craig coming off the bench. But everyone else has pretty much scored, everybody who's gotten in the game so far. So that goes to show that they are moving the ball around, and guys are taking open shots, good shots, and they're also passing the ball and looking for each other as well. Yep, they make the first free throw, so Phoenix is up 45-37. They're currently in the bonus right now. And he hits the second free throw as well. So Phoenix is up 46-37. Denver has the ball, bringing it up. Michael Porter Jr. has it. Jokic has it now. He pulls a three, and he hits the three. Oh, yeah, just what Denver needs, a shot like that. Phoenix currently has a 46-40 lead right now, so up by 6, and Phoenix is also in the bonus. CP3 has it. He's driving down there. What a nice assist there to Aiden, as Phoenix is up 48-40. Jokic has it up top, kicks it out to River, who kicks it back. Jokic has it again. And now Gordon comes off. He passes it to Rivers, who kicks it back to Jokic. Jokic pulls it, and he makes it. He's got a nice touch to him, I'll say that. Nice touch on the shot. And so it is a 6-point game currently, with a little less than a minute to go before the half. CP3 has it up top. He shoots. He scores. And so Phoenix is up 50-42. Denver has it. They're going to melt some of that clock before they get that shot up. Kicks it to Jokic. He steps back, shoots the three, misses it. Crowder with the rebound. CP3 has it. And so CP3 has it. Kicks it to Crowder. Crowder does a nice behind the back pass. And they're able to get the foul. And that would be Bridges. Love the movement by both teams. They are certainly going out there and just playing selfless basketball. Nobody's trying to force it. They understand the situation, and they're playing situational basketball. So you absolutely have to love that. And then Jokic, he with the touch, from downtown, inside, mid-range, he's definitely showing why he deserved that MVP award for sure. Bridges puts his contact in. So he lost his contact on the play. With just 7 seconds to go before the half, these free throws will be key to help the Phoenix Suns try to make this a 10-point game before the half. Bridges hits the first. Aiden goes to the bench. And Bridges gets the second one to fall as well. So now Denver's going to bring it up. They've got 5 seconds, 3 seconds. He shoots. No good. So we're going to the half with Phoenix with a 10-point lead, 52-42. So Phoenix has definitely been out there, balling. Booker has 13 points, but it's been pretty much a team effort by the Phoenix Suns. And the difference in the game, honestly, has been when it comes to shooting from three. Phoenix is shooting 40% on the game, whereas Denver is shooting 19% on the night. But Jokic has definitely had a strong performance in the first half of 15 points. He's also getting rebounds, facilitating the ball. He's got 4 assists, 6 rebounds. And so certainly, both teams are doing well. But for Denver, they need Michael Porter Jr. to show up and have more than 2 points. You can't go out there and just have 2 points. Phoenix has outscored them in both the first and the second quarter, respectively. And so definitely both teams have came out with great intensity, and they're going to come out even more intense in the second half as they understand the situation. For the Phoenix Suns, you've got the lead now, and you want to definitely make sure that you maintain that lead so that way you can be up 2-0 in this series before heading down to Denver to face the Nuggets on their home court. And if you're Denver, you obviously want to try to steal this game so that way you can be 1-1 and have that home court advantage before Game 3. So this is an extremely pivotal game for both these teams, two teams that can light it up. Devin Booker, he can go off. Michael Porter Jr., he can go off. Jokic, So both teams, they know what they've got. And so it's just a matter of who's going to be able to play their style of basketball for the longest. That's who's going to win this game. And so far, it's been the Phoenix Suns. Denver's been out there trying to double team Booker. But when they stopped trying to double team him and they got away from it, Booker, he just started going off, and so they may want to go back and try to make life a little bit more harder for Booker. But that's the difference from a team like the Suns. And then you look yesterday when we was watching the Atlanta Hawks, and Trae Young didn't have that. I guess you can say he didn't have a Chris Paul type of player on his team that could help him out and make life easier for him. Whereas Devin Booker, they can just run the offense through CP3 and get other guys involved like an agent or something like that. So, but that's just something right there, just that I noticed when it comes to the difference between these young stars. But hey, I've been really excited to see guys like Booker, Trae Young, and company. How they've been able to ball in the playoffs, given how young they are and inexperienced they may be thus far in terms of playoffs experience. So it's been fun to watch these guys, make it this far in the playoffs. So certainly I'm excited about, what's to come moving forward for these guys. Jokic is the only person on the Denver Nuggets who has even attempted free throws, so it may be advantageous for the Denver Nuggets to go out there with a lot more aggressive and try to draw some fouls, get themselves some easy free throws. As Jokic seems to be the only one that's been able to do that. Whereas for the Suns, you've got Bridges, he shot 4 free throws, Aiden has shot 2, CP3 has shot 2, and Booker has shot 3. So they're able to get to the free throw line as a team with 11 free throws, and they're 10 for 11 from the free throw line. But yeah, the Phoenix Suns, they are certainly an exciting team to watch. Every time you get to watch them play, it's just great to see how they really gel as a team. You obviously can see that this is a team that they enjoy playing with each other. They go out there, CP3, his veteran presence is all over this team. That cannot be emphasized enough. But what Devin Booker brings and his talent, that is special right there to watch that guy play. So this is definitely exciting. And hey, I'm happy that I'm streaming a game that's not a blowout for a change. Last couple of nights has been pretty rough, especially 2 nights ago when the Bucks and the Nets played. And they'll be playing again, so I will see how that goes tomorrow with them. Hopefully, the Bucks will come out with a lot more energy and be, on a mission to show that they belong in that series and that that are determined to make it an actual series as opposed to it being just one sided by Brooklyn. But Brooklyn, they came out, with this being business. No James Harden, no problem. Whether it was KD, Kyrie, didn't matter who you had in, you got the same results. They were out there shooting like this was, pretty much like this was 2K type of shooting. So they just was out there just shooting lights out and passing the ball as well. Like it wasn't just them; it was the entire team. Even the backups came in. They still kept it going. That stuff is contagious when you're out there distributing the ball and you have guys involved. You keep people involved. Everybody's moving around. They know that if they get open, they'll get a good look. And so as long as they can make sure that they get in the spots that everybody knows that they are pretty good at, then yeah, you're going to get the ball. And so you got to love and admire what they're doing over there in Brooklyn, especially in that series. When it comes to the Bucks, though, if I'm Giannis, I've got a lot of questions that I need answers for come the end of the year. Honestly, like it may be advantageous for him to try to, who knows, link up with a guy like Damian Lillard. I'd love to see something like that. I'll just throw that out there. But other than that, I mean, he really has to evaluate his situation, especially if they get swept, which is, a strong possibility that if they don't win this upcoming matchup against the Brooklyn Nets, that, yeah, pull out the brim, pull out the brim. I'm calling that one. I already say the series is over. It's just a matter of how the Bucks want to go down. And obviously last year was a disappointing ending as well. So was the year before. So if I'm Giannis, I want something different. But yeah, both of these teams that are currently playing in this game, the Nuggets and the Suns, they have tremendous passing. They play and everybody gets involved. Everybody understands their role. There's, not no huge egos and stuff. Everybody understands. And they run their offense tremendously. CP3 is a great distributor and facilitator for his team. Matter of fact, he has 7 assists so far in just the first half, and he is leading both teams in terms of assists so far in the game. Matter of fact, the next highest on his team would be Devin Booker and as well as Craig, as they both have 1 assist apiece. So that goes to show all the assists are coming from Chris Paul. As he's setting things up, he's throwing guys lobs, he's making tremendous passes, behind the back, you name it. He's finding a way to get you the ball if you get open. And so guys love playing with a guy like that who's going to find them when they're open and put them in great situations to score. Same can be said about Jokic on the other end. He's also leading his team in terms of assists. He's got 4 for his team. Whether it's catch him, immediately turn around behind the back, all of that stuff. Jokic is out there doing work. Old man Mob, what's good? So glad to see you here in the chat. How's it going? Things are going pretty great over here. I'm finally streaming a game that's not a blowout. Like knock on wood that doesn't change, but I'm excited about that. Hope things are going great with you. Who are you rooting for in this game? And in terms of scoring, Jokic is certainly leading all in scoring. As he's had his fingerprint all over this game, even though his team is down by 10. That is by no fault of Jokic. He's doing everything that he's supposed to do. He's got 15 points. He's out there, whether it's, getting field goals, drawing free throws, threes, all of that stuff. Matter of fact, he's the only person on his team who has gone to the free throw line. So certainly he's doing his part. It's just a matter of Michael Porter Jr. getting going soon. Um, Jay in the Bay, you say too bad Jamal Murray tore his AC. Yes, that definitely would have helped Jamal Murray. You almost forget, because it happened, such a while ago that he tore his ACLs. It definitely would have been great to see him out there, honestly. But this team is certainly, got together in terms of just, getting past that and just really making the most of what they did have remaining. So I will say that they have developed some chemistry since then, but it certainly would have been an even closer series if he was playing. No doubt about that. Old man Mob, you say you're rooting for the Suns. You really want CP3 to win. Same here. Same here. Definitely want to see my man CP3 go ahead and get the chip. Wouldn't that be something if the Phoenix Suns were the team to beat, say, the Brooklyn Nets in the finals, and it came down to like CP3 hitting a game winner over like Durant or something like that, or Kyrie? Wouldn't that be just tremendous headlines right there? I mean, just dreaming. We're allowed to dream here, so just dreaming. That would be the ultimate dream. No doubt about it. How do you guys feel about Jokic getting MVP? Do you guys feel like it should have been someone else, or do you feel like Jokic is definitely, in your mind, the front runner for that MVP award? Yeah, and so Jokic has had one heck of a night with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. The offense is certainly being ran through him. He's always getting the ball at the top of the key, looking to distribute it, looking who's open, making a pass, and then being aggressive when he needs to. He has that perfect balance of when it's time to shoot, when it's time to distribute it, moving around, finding guys. He's got great eyes. I've noticed that he has tremendous eyes, great passer, and so he's definitely and tremendous shooter, great touch. Definitely, think great touch. Old man Mob, you say he deserved it. I'm right there with you, right there with you. He certainly did deserve it. And I'm happy for him that he got it. Certainly am happy for it. And what he means for not just his team, but for the NBA, yeah, certainly that is fantastic. Memento, nice to see you back here. You say you're rooting for the Suns. Oh yeah, we've got just about everybody here rooting for the Suns. I'd say for the most part. For the most part. And how the Suns are doing it. I mean, they've got 52 points, but they've only got one person in double digit scoring because they pretty much have everybody who's in the game scoring buckets. I mean, Booker has 13, but you look around, you've got Bridges with 8, you've got Sarek with 8 as well, you've got Payne with 4, Aiden with 5, CP3 with 6, Crowder with 5. So they are distributing the ball around. Now, Denver has tried for a little bit, and they was having a little bit of success in slowing down when it comes to Devin Booker at one point when they had tried to double team him for a good stretch there. But once they got away from that, Devin Booker started going to work, honestly. So they may need to get back to that at some point throughout the game. Old man Mob, you said the only person you could have seen winning is Joel Embiid. Yeah, if he didn't get hurt this year, then that's like an entirely different conversation there, and I definitely could have seen that. But because of the amount of games that he missed, certainly, yeah, that kind of pulled him away from that conversation. Although, he definitely, still would have gotten some consideration on my end. But at the end of the day, it would have went with Jokic. I mean, he just deserved it. If Embiid can finally put together a full season and play at such a high level, then yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. Love what he's doing with the 76ers, honestly. See that man out there, that man is giving effort. He's playing with heart. And he knows the narrative about him, and he's doing everything within his power to switch that narrative in terms of like always being the guy that's always hurt and stuff like that. But he's definitely, the 76ers need to find, some way to continue to get him additional help in the upcoming seasons because what they have in Joel Embiid is extremely special. So don't waste that talent there. Go ahead and continue to bring in even more pieces around him and help him out. You're going to need to, especially when you have a team like the Brooklyn Nets in the East. You got to continue to find a way to compete against teams like that for sure. Yeah, but hats off to the 76ers as well. I mean, they've certainly, Joel Embiid, and just seeing the growth that he's had since he's been in the league, we all know how tough it is for, particularly for centers that, get drafted high with high expectations. And then to watch them throughout the league. I mean, to see Joel Embiid, with all the injuries that he had, you think of other guys that came in that was drafted, but they didn't last at the center position because of injuries. But to see Joel Embiid, in spite of the injuries, he still continued to improve, get better, and to now, seeing him to be at the point, mention him in the MVP conversation, that just goes to show the type of growth this man has had throughout the years that he's had in the league. So definitely, Joel Embiid is a great story for the NBA for sure, and excited to see how far he's able to take his team. And when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, I like the shots that the Denver Nuggets are putting up in this game. In terms of what they need to change, they really just need these shots to fall. You cannot have Michael Porter Jr. going 0 for 6. Not when he's the kind of player that, can easily, on a given night, go 6 for 6. And they're going to need for him to flip the switch in the second half and start getting those shots to fall. That would really help them out. Old man Mob, you say Joel Embiid versus Jokic would be a nasty playoff round. Yes, it really would. If only they were in the same, conference, that would really be great and fun to see. But hey, if the 76ers do beat the Hawks, in which, like the odds are that's probably who's going to end up winning that series. I'd like to see the Hawks win that series, but at the end of the day, Hawks versus the Nets, we're not even going to go into that. But yeah, if the 76ers can find a way, some way, somehow to get past the Brooklyn Nets, because Milwaukee, they just, yeah, we'll just say Brooklyn Nets, then yes, if that happens to be the matchup, we'd be in for a treat, a real treat for the finals to be able to see them two going back and forth. The battle of who really was the MVP of the season. I guess you can call it that. And so, I mean, Jokic gets it, but Joel Embiid, if he was healthy, then we have an entirely different conversation on our hands, honestly, given how he was playing throughout the regular season and even in the playoffs. I mean, the man had a career high 39, and what he do? He topped that the next game with 40. So that goes to show what Joel Embiid is all about. And he's going to need to carry that same energy, especially in the Brooklyn series. I need to see this man go out there and drop just about 60 on them guys. Just go out there and drop 60 a night. That would make me happy. So, but as long as the man, goes out there and he's healthy, that's the most that I can ask for. Just stay healthy, Joel Embiid, throughout the duration of this playoffs. Please do that for me. Do not let Shannon Sharp be correct in terms of him getting hurt again. So let's not let that happen. But certainly two tremendous, tremendous talents for sure. It's not every day you see two big men of that talent that actually, can shoot free throws. As we get ready for the start of the third quarter, Phoenix is up by 10 points with a 52-42 lead. For the Nuggets, Jokic has been carrying the team, keeping them in it, but they're going to need to have Michael Porter Jr. step up. I keep saying it because that is absolutely true. Another thing the Denver Nuggets need, they need to start drawing more fouls. They've only drawn 2 fouls in the first half, which means they have to be more aggressive. If the shots aren't falling, maybe you stop settling for the shots and you start drawing some fouls until your shots start falling. They may have to take that route. As for the Suns, keep doing what you're doing. They're distributing the ball wonderfully, wonderfully. I mean, whether we're talking about guys on the bench, the bench has about 17 points right now, and then you're talking about the starters. Everybody is passing the ball, everybody's scoring, and they are very even across the board in terms of scoring. CP3 brings it up. Aiden sets the pick. CP3 has it, and that's going to be out of bounds. The Suns shall retain possession. As they look to inbound the ball. Aiden gets it. Jokic is on him. Booker, he shoots. No good, but they're able to get the offensive rebound. Ball tipped. It'll still be Phoenix basketball. Old man Mob, you say if Joel Embiid keeps playing like he has and stays healthy, he could be the face of the NBA when LeBron retires. That is a very interesting theory there. I definitely could see. Now that would be, it's been a while since we've had a big man, potentially be the face. You really have to go back, obviously, to the early Shaq days, So that would definitely be welcomed in my addition, as we've gotten away from just how valuable the center position could be when utilized correctly. Definitely, he'll have some challenges though, like Zion. When it comes to guys like Kevin Durant, everyone sees Durant at this point as just a villain, unless you're a Brooklyn fan. And so, because of that, that it won't be his league. And so, yeah, but Joel Embiid is certainly a strong candidate, especially if he can put it together and, like you say, remain healthy. That is his biggest challenge. Him and himself reminds me of just about almost every starter you can think of for the San Francisco 49ers. Your biggest challenger is not your opponent, it's being healthy. That is your biggest challenger. So, yeah, if these guys can stay healthy, if Embiid can stay healthy, he can do some damage and really change the way people look at basketball again. That is for sure. He's that talented. Phoenix Suns are currently up 56-42. And with Aiden's last free throw, it is 57-42. Denver's bringing up the ball. They certainly want to get on a run here. Jokic has it. Rivers has it. Passes to Gordon. Kicks it back to Rivers. He thought about the three. Instead, he drove in and draws the foul. That is going to be important for Denver. They have got to start drawing more fouls, honestly. I mean, there's no reason why you only have two so far in the first half. So they certainly had to start drawing some free throws here. If you're Denver, you really do not want that. You don't need the Phoenix Suns to get off on a run here to start off. Oh, and it seems like he has missed the first free throw. Yeah, I say you need to draw free throws, but you also got to make them as well. Let's see if he'll make the second. Okay, so he's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And so we have a 57-43 game with Phoenix with the lead, and Chris Paul has the ball up top. They've got two guys on Booker again, which means other guys are going to have to shoot. Crowder shoots, and he hits the three. Just like that. Just like that. And so the Phoenix Suns have came out this quarter on fire to start off, and it is 60-43. And the home fans, they are loving it. They are absolutely loving it. Old man Mob, you said the best thing the Suns did was bring in CP3. I'm right there with you. Yes, that was a great move because it really was what the team needed. You said Booker has taken this game to a whole new level, having CP3 as a teammate and teacher. And what I love about Devin Booker is that unlike other young stars, when they were in the league, especially over the last couple of years, some stars when they were younger, he embraced having CP3 as a mentor. He has mad respect for him. He listens to him, and he still is able to go out there and ball and incorporate with it. So those two complement each other wonderfully in that backcourt. And that is what's been the difference. Because already the Phoenix Suns, if you remember last year, they found themselves as a team. But then you add CP3, the teacher, the leader, the experience he brings. All the big games he's been a part of, the times that he's won. When he's been matched up in some of the biggest games, he's been able to go out there and prevail. If it wasn't for his injury shoot, then he might have put out a couple more of those all-star teams like the Warriors and stuff, but that's an entirely different situation. If it wasn't for injuries, what could have been. But certainly the addition of CP3 to the Suns, especially at this point of CP3's career, definitely it has been fantastic for the Phoenix Suns. Fantastic. It could not have worked out any better than it has for the Phoenix Suns thus far. And for the Suns, Devin Booker still leads them in scoring with 13. Crowder now has 11 points. Bridges has 8. Aiden has 7. And CP3 has 6, but has 7 assists and 5 rebounds. So we have a 17-point game here in the third, but it's still plenty of time for the Denver Nuggets to get on the run and try to close this a lot closer as the quarter continues to progress. At some point, they're going to need Michael Porter Jr. to start not just hitting points, but going off. That is perhaps one of their biggest bets. If he can complement what Jokic is already doing for the Denver Nuggets, that would help. They've taken good quality shots. They just aren't falling right now. And sometimes you have nights like that. As many games as these guys play, sometimes you're going to have games where it's just not falling. Jokic is currently the leading scorer for in this game with 15 points. But yeah, as I pointed out earlier, though, when it comes to the Nuggets double teaming Booker, that seems to be the most effective way right now to keep him from just going off and really turning this game into a blowout. Because when you see Booker shoot, he definitely he's feeling the shot. Jokic has it down low. He shoots, he misses. Booker with the rebound. Pass it to Chris Paul. CP3 has it and gets another assist as he dishes it to Aiden there with the lob. Suns are up 62-43. And then they finally get a three out of Michael Porter Jr. It's about time. He's 1 for 7, 5 points on the night. They're going to need him to continue to hit threes if they're going to get back in this. And he's certainly capable of doing that. Jokic with the rebound. Michael Porter Jr., he shoots again, being aggressive, and he missed. CP3 has the ball. Score is 65-46. Suns are up by 19. Up. And that lead just keeps growing. Bridges with the three, 65-46. Bridges has 11 points now. Michael Porter Jr., he's trying to get going. He kicks it out. They kick it back to him. He shoots the three, and he misses. At this point, they're really, really trying to get Michael Porter Jr. going, and it's just not falling today. And then the foul they're able to draw. Oh, yeah, so right now Phoenix has all the momentum. They came out strong this quarter, scoring 13 to Denver's 4 in this quarter alone. And so it seems like they're in control of this game. Booker has it, kicks it out to Crowder for three. He misses. Jokic with the rebound. Denver needs to get some offense going. Rivers with the three. No good, no good. It's just not happening from downtown. It's just not happening. They need to be more aggressive and attack the paint at this point because it's just not happening downtown. The Suns missed that three. Jokic has it. CP3's behind him. And Jokic is able to draw the foul. Yeah, right now it's 65-46. And if things doesn't change, folks, it's looking like the third game in a row that I stream happens to be a blowout if this doesn't change. Okay, Jokic gets the free throw. And he gets the second one. So that is 65-48. Let's see if they can try to cut this down to about 10 or closer to or less than 10 by the end of this quarter. But CP3 and company, they're not going to let that happen. Devin Booker, he pulls up for three. No good. But they're able to get the offensive rebound by Aiden. Nice rebound and put that. One of those hustle plays. Gordon has it. Up, they double him. Jokic has it. They double him. And Crowder gets the steal. Oh, man. And Booker dives for that ball. They want this game extremely bad. They really are showing that they want this game. And basically at this point, the Suns have decided that they're going to double team anyone that goes down there to try to post up, it seems. Oh, yeah, but they are fired up. Denver has it at the top of the key. Up. Some words are being exchanged between, looks like Crowder and Gordon. That's something to definitely keep an eye on. It seems like Gordon got a good shove in. Crowder didn't take too kindly to that. Could be that frustration of losing this game, already down 0-1 in the series. Suns are making it look easy with this 67-48 lead. Denver has it at the top. Jokic is fighting for position. He gets the ball, kicks it up top, and Gordon, he is just he's just out of control right now. Oh yeah, definitely. There is something brewing between Gordon and Crowder right now. CP3 has it. He pulls up and he hits it as he does so many times with the jumper. So now we've got the timeout. Phoenix up 69-48, up by 21 points. Denver has just came out very sluggish this quarter, honestly. Seems like Denver almost is ready for the next game. They just want to get this game over with. Is what it's seeming like the way that they've came out in the second half. And for the Phoenix Suns, they've got almost every starter in double digits in terms of points. Only exception is currently Chris Paul, as he has 8 points, but he's got 9 assists, and that's leading both teams in assists. Crowder has 11, Bridges has 11, Aiden has 11, Booker's got 13. So they're definitely going out there putting in some work. And as for the Nuggets, I mean, Porter, he's 2 for 11, 5 points. And then you've got, Capazzo, he's like 1 for 7 with just 3 points. Jokic, he has 17 points, 2 since the half. Both of those are free throws. So it's just one of those nights where it seems like some of these shots just aren't falling. They were taking high quality shots, at least in the first half. They just wasn't falling. In the second half, they've came out flat thus far in this third quarter. Now there's still time for them to change that, but certainly they don't want to dig a deeper hole than where they're already at with 21 points. With about 6 minutes and some change left, they certainly want to try to cut this down to at least about 10 points if possible, or at least within 15 going into the fourth. As a team, the Phoenix Suns are shooting 43% field goal percentage, and they are shooting 41% from the 3-point line. And in terms of the Nuggets, they are 20% from downtown and just 35% field goal percentage on the game. Suns have shot 13 free throws and made 12 of those 13, while the Nuggets are 5 for 6 from the free throw line. So certainly the Suns have had the advantage in terms of shooting and free throws in this game, and it's showing. Yeah, but if you're the Nuggets, I mean, at this point, every possession, you probably want Jokic to just do what he does, keep doing what he's doing. He had a great first half, and they're going to need for him to try to fire up this team, honestly, but he's going to need someone else to step up with him, honestly. Someone has to get hot from downtown. They keep shooting threes. It's just not falling. As a team, they are 5 for 25 from 3-point attempts. Meanwhile, the Suns are 9 for 22. And the Suns are certainly feeling themselves right now. That is for sure. Denver has it at the top. They're moving it around. They put up for three. Okay, and they finally get a three to fall here. So it is 69 to 51. CP3 has it. He's bringing it up court. Booker pulls up. Booker scores. Booker's doing what he does. It's a 20-point game. Denver knows they need to get this lead, and they need to do it right now. So they're going. Pull up for another three, and it's good. Okay, that is what we're talking about here. By Barton the third, back-to-back threes. That is exactly what the doctor ordered, and they're going to need to play defense too if they're going to make this a game. Booker has it. What a pass to Bridges in the corner. That three is no good. Jokic with the rebound. Denver needs to continue to score and try to get that momentum on their side and get on some type of a run. And Jokic with the easy shot. This is what he does. Great pass to set him up. And yeah, that is the shot that you definitely want if you're Denver. So right now it is 71 to 56. CP3 has it. He's moving. Kicks it down low to Aiden. What the easy bucket there. Easy bucket. And a nice finish. Currently the score is Phoenix 73, Denver 56. Jokic has it up top. Oh, what a pass down there. Can he finish, though? He wasn't. But he was able to kick it out. Jokic has it up top. He goes in aggressively, and he gets the bucket. That's our league MVP right there, folks. It is a 15-point game now. Phoenix is up 73 to 58. Okay, we've got a foul here. Denver is certainly not holding back when it comes to these fouls. They are not happy with how this game is going. There's a lot of things being said between these players. Booker shoots. No good. Denver's bringing it up court. Jokic has it. He's looking to pass. He passes it. They drive inside. No good. Jokic is able to get the rebound. Nice board on the offensive glass. But they're not able to convert and get any points. So CP3 has it. He's bringing it up court for the Suns. Still a 15-point game. Chris Paul's driving. He dishes it out to Booker for the three. Booker hits it. Booker's doing Booker-type things. He is trying to book them an appointment to be going down to Denver up 2-0. This is what he does. The chemistry between him and Chris Paul is unrivaled at this point. Denver has it at the top. Passes it down to Jokic. He misses it. Crowder with the rebound. He brings it up. We'll pass it to Paul. And now driving there, and Bridges with the slam. And we're back to a 20-point game just like that. We went from a 15-point game to a 20-point game just like that. And the fans, they're loving it. Phoenix is fired up. And, yeah, both of these teams, emotions are running high tonight. But Phoenix is certainly playing like the better team tonight for sure. And it's just one of those nights for the Denver Nuggets. Because we all know any given night, Denver is a team that can certainly go off. Jokic, he has 21 points on the night, but the next leading scorer, that would be Barton, has just 10 points. And so there's been a drop-off. Porter only has 5. Gordon's got 6. Cavazos got 3. Rivers has 6. So they needed someone else to come out and perform, on the level in which Jokic is providing. And it shows, too, because when they go out there and they hit a couple threes, they're right back in it, at least within range of about 15, points, but they've got to consistently have a guy that's out there, hitting some shots so they can get back in this. And they've got to play some better defense too. They've got to play defense. I mean, you've got Booker leading the Phoenix Suns with 18 points. Aiden's got 13. Bridges has 13. Crowder's got 11. Paul, he's got 8. Cyrick's got 8. Johnson's got 3. So, I mean, they've pretty much distributed this ball as evenly as you pretty much can around. Just about all these starters are almost in double digits. Chris Paul's got 13 assists right now for the Phoenix Suns. He's doing what he's always done throughout his career. This is what he does. This is bread and butter. And so we've got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this quarter. Phoenix has dropped 27 points in the third quarter, while Denver has only had 16. And now CP3's at the free throw line. And he makes it, of course. You put CP3 on the line, that's expected. You have to love the role of CP3 and on this team. What he's meant ever since he's been in the league. We saw him when he first came with the New Orleans Hornets at the time. And then obviously throughout his career, his progression from being the man to being, the co-star to now his role is just managing the team. And he's still out there, getting points when he needs to, when the team needs it. But more so his leadership, his assists, setting guys up, running the offense, all of that great stuff. And then there's Jokic again. Jokic is just putting in work. 23 points. We're not going to put this game on him should Denver lose this because he is out there just, showing why he's the MVP. Suns have it up top. Great ball movement. Booker has it. Aiden sets the pick. Booker shoots the 3. No good. Jokic with the rebound. He's going to go ahead and bring it up. Passes it. Quick 3, no good, but they're able to get the offensive rebound. Jokic pulls a 3. Just missed it. 19-point game. Phoenix is driving, kicks it to Aiden, and it is good. Love the way that they are able to pass the ball when they drive the ball inside. They do an extremely great job at that. Denver pulls the 3 again. No good. Jokic with the offensive board. Able to get the foul. Currently a 21-point game. Jokic has 13 rebounds and 23 points as well as 6 assists in this game. Michael Porter Jr. gets it. He passes it back. And they drive inside, and they can't finish on the layup. Booker has it. He passes it. Wide open for the 3. Up, in and out, just like that. No good. Michael Porter Jr. gets the rebound. He kicks it up to Jokic, who's running, and he does not get the and one. Score is currently 81-60 with 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. This has by far been Phoenix's best quarter in terms of scoring as they have 29 to Denver 17. Jokic hits the first free throw. Yeah, Denver, emotions are certainly running high, particularly between Gordon and Crowder. And Jokic is unable to convert on the second one, so we have a 20-point game here with just 1:19 remaining to go in the third. Phoenix, love the way they passed the ball around, even though there was a missed shot there, but they moved the ball all around. Feels like everyone's getting a touch. And Jokic is going to get some time to rest. I mean, he's pretty much done all you can ask from him in terms of this game. This certainly wasn't on him. And now with him sitting down, if they're going to get back in this game, it's going to be because someone else is going to have to step up. Now, whether that's Michael Porter Jr. or not, we'll have to wait and see. Michael Porter Jr., he has it, he passes it. Michael shoots and just misses it. Just misses it. And the Suns, they are aggressively attacking. They kicks it out, gets the foul. Currently a 20-point game. Phoenix is already up in the series 1-0. Booker has it up top. It's going to run down the play clock a little. Kicks in the corner for three. No good, but they get the tip back. Okay, and Craig contributing with 2 points there. Denver has it. They pull up for three. He gets it. Score is currently 83-64. Booker's bringing it up. Going to try to melt some more clock. See what Booker's up. He kicks it out. Nice pass. You shoot the three, and it's good. Just like that. It is good. A 22-point game. Phoenix is feeling it right now. 86-64. And these Suns, they are on fire. Denver with a shot. And it's good. So we have an 86-6 game here at the end of the third quarter. A 19-point game. Phoenix scored 34 points in the third quarter coming out of halftime here. And so they've just been on fire as a team. Booker has 8 points. Aiden has 15 points. Bridges got 13. Crowder's got 11. Chris Paul's got 9. So you're starting the unit, they've been on fire. Chris Paul's got 13 assists as well. Booker, he's got 10 rebounds to go with those 18 points. So they've been putting in work. So as for the Nuggets, Jokic has been the only bright spot so far for them offensively. And it's just, emotions are certainly running high for the Nuggets. But, this is one of those games where, you're looking forward to game 3 when you know that you're at home. And so unless they come out and make some type of a run early while Jokic is getting a rest, game 3 certainly being at home, change of scenery, having the fans behind you, certainly is going to help them moving forward, as we know what this team is capable of. I want to take this time to thank each and every one of you that have joined the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Sticking with me. I know that all of these, games that I've been streaming thus far have been more so on the one-sided, affair. But hopefully, I'll pick a game to stream in the future that will be a lot closer. Phoenix has had control of this game pretty much since the very beginning. As Denver just came out and shots that normally fall, they just didn't fall. As a team, the Denver Nuggets are shooting 36% in terms of field goal percentage, and from the three-point line, they are 26%. So certainly they want to shoot better moving forward if they're going to have a chance to win. While the Suns, they are 45% field goal percentage and 36% from the three-point line. Yep, and the Phoenix Suns, they've just been on fire. They've had their will. They've been able to impose their will. They play as a team, and so this is a team that's hungry. From top to bottom, extremely hungry. Chris Paul, he knows what this year could be for him. I mean, if he wants to get a chip, obviously Brooklyn's out there, but hey, I mean, what better chance will he have to get out of the West than this year right here with the type of talent that he has around him and just his role? He's obviously, not getting any younger, so certainly I know that this means so much to him. And for Devin Booker to have the mentor that he has in Chris Paul, that is invaluable. Nico TV, you say you love to see Chris Paul doing this good. If he doesn't get injured, they got a big chance at the finals and might win it all. I'm right there with you, and thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you sticking with me. Although this game, it's been one-sided thus far. It seems like all of the games that I've streamed thus far has been one-sided, but I appreciate you for sure. And yes, I certainly want to see Chris Paul continue to do good out there, and just which I mean the Phoenix Suns. I mean, as a Lakers fan, it's fun to watch these Phoenix Suns play. So certainly would be rooting for them for sure. I definitely want to see the Clippers fail, though, for sure. Like, as a Lakers fan, that would make me satisfied to see the Clippers fall, preferably in this round. I don't even want them getting to the Western Conference Final. Just lose now. But yeah, you see the energy these guys are playing with. They look like they're out there, they're having fun, and obviously, this is also business for them as well, as they know they want at the end of the day the championship. Anything less than that, they're not going to view it as success. This is not one of those teams that's just happy to be there. No, they know they belong there. They had all the confidence in the world when they lined up against my Lakers, and they've carried that confidence over in this series as well. And it's showing off. They're already up 1-0. And Chris Paul is doing Chris Paul things with the bucket already. So we've got an 88-67 game here. I mean, it's 21 points right now. And Denver, they're lost right now offensively. They are lost. Without Jokic on the court right now, they're just, yeah, this could get even worse than what it already is. Michael Porter Jr. has not been able to shoot that well this game. Obviously, you can't expect for that to continue to be the theme, especially when he's at home. I expect for him to do much better, but today it's just not happening. It's just not falling for him. Nico, you said the Suns are so talented all around with underrated talent. It's beautiful to watch Chris Paul on this team. Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you. Yes. I mean, the way that talent just gels together. I mean, if you look at just today, for example, across the board, I mean, all five starters, they have over double digit scoring, but nobody thus far has more than 20 points. That just goes to show that this team, they pass the ball to each other. They look out for each other. They set each other up. Everybody contributes on this team. It's not being carried just by Chris Paul and by Devin Booker. No, this team plays as a team. They have Aiden, they have Crowder, they have Bridges. This team plays as a team. And so that is extremely fun to watch. Now, Chris Paul, he's the man that distributes it. He's got 14 assists right now. He's the man that sets it up. But, hey, this team, they gel well together. And as you mentioned, with some very underrated talent for sure. Score is currently 91-68. Michael Porter Jr. is going to be going to the free throw line. I know he's disappointed in his performance thus far. And so certainly trying to get some points just to get that momentum going before you head into game 3. Now, he's certainly someone that's capable of going off now. So I expect for Phoenix to keep their eyes on him throughout the duration of this game. And CP3 is bringing it up. Score is currently 91-70, 21-point game. Look at CP3. So nice rebound. CP3 has it at the top. Oh, look at that footwork, though. And the way he was able to set up his teammate by just moving so smoothly with the ball. Nico, you say that's what the Nuggets need. MPJ and Marcus Morris and Aaron Gordon to step up for Jamal Murray. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. I mean, if they can't, they're going to get results like this. And that's the thing about Michael Porter Jr. is that we saw how great he looks when he's good, but when it's not good, when you're an all star and you're having an off night, how can you contribute to help your team still win when you're not out there contributing? I mean, but hey, what Chris Paul is bringing to the table, I'm right there with you. I mean, Chris Paul had them on skates out there. I mean, just the way he's able to move with that ball and still pass it. I mean, that is fantastic. I mean, he's definitely gotten better even with age when it comes to just filling out the game. But he's always been that great, though. Always, ever since he came into the league, he's been that great. The only difference is the role that he has, fits more so his game rather than having to be that guy that carries a team into the playoffs just to get put out in the first round or two. But this team right here, yeah, the Phoenix Suns, this is a team that's playing with confidence. They're hot right now. They are certainly that team. So definitely a team that I'm going to be rooting for in the Western Conference. I've got that for sure. In the Eastern Conference, I'd like to see Atlanta go, but being realistic, that's probably not going to happen. But if it does happen, then hey, I'm all happy for it. But yeah, I'm just anti-Brooklyn when it comes to the Eastern Conference. But yeah, old man Mob, you say the Suns are looking nasty. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Chris Paul didn't have to do him like that. Chris Paul, he knows how to get a team. He will do that once you reach that, fourth quarter time frame and all like that. Defense is a little tired. It's already hard as it is, especially you're out there losing, so you're already, trying extremely hard to get back in it. Then he just goes out there, puts a couple moves on you and all like that, and does either that pull up that he loves to do or some type of crazy pass or something like that. That's just CP3 for you. And so, yeah, the Suns are looking extremely nasty for sure. Right there with you. And I hope that they're able to bring that each and every night, especially if they're able to make it to the finals and they end up in a matchup versus the Brooklyn Nets. But yes, the Suns, they are working great as a team for sure. Right there with you. Right there with you. Fantastic display of teamwork. And the teams that will advance is because they have that great teamwork, honestly. And so that is what's going to be key for the rest of these guys moving forward. But the Suns, they are the very definition of what team basketball looks like out there. And so that's definitely exciting to see. The way that both Chris Paul and Devin Booker complement each other in the backcourt, that is great. The Suns all around, I mean, Aiden, Crowder, Bridges, they complement the team and their role specifically, they do well. Nico, you said you got to go. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you and look forward to chatting with you next time. Thanks again for joining. And so right now, the Denver Nuggets have shot 36% field goal percentage as well as 27% from the three-point line. Whereas the Phoenix Suns as a team have shot 47% field goal percentage and 40% from the three-point line. One thing to point out, though, is that the Denver Nuggets, they have one guy that's currently in double digits, and that would be Jokic with 24 points. No one else has – okay, they've got one more guy, Borton, with 10 points, but basically, everyone else, there's a big gap between the performance that Jokic has put out there and the rest of the team. And with Phoenix already up 1-0, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and be up 2-0, this is big that they were able to take care of business at home. And we'll have to see how they look on the road down there in Denver. That's going to be the big task for them. How are they going to look on the road? If they're able to go down there with this same intensity, then up you have Michael Porter running over Millsap there. But yeah, if they're able to bring that same intensity on the road, then hey, look out for this team for sure. Michael Porter Jr. with the three. It's now a 23-point game. But Denver's going to come out firing in game three. They're already down 0-2. No team wants to be down that dreaded 0-3. So they're definitely going to come out with some intensity on their home court as well in front of their fans, their family. They don't want to get embarrassed. CP3 for three. Look at that. CP3. He's trying to put them good night so far. Like he's trying to send them good night. Like we saw with Nate Robinson. They're trying to do that. And right now, Denver, okay, nice pass inside. But yeah, 24 points. CP3, he knows when it's time to close out an opponent. He specializes in that. CP3 for three again. And he hits it again. Look at here. This man, he is balling. 102 to 75. CP3. Look at here. Yeah, you've got to call a timeout. Talk to your team. Tell them something. I don't know what you can tell them right now, but just talk to your team. Tell them that, remind them how they've gotten this far, something. I don't know what kind of motivational speech you can give a team right now that's playing like this against a team like the Phoenix Suns. I mean, CP3, he's got 17 points right now. He's got 15 assists. So he's got just about as many assists as he's got points. So he is certainly out there, like this team responds so well to Chris Paul. That's why they love Chris Paul so much. And that's why the health of Chris Paul is going to be key. I'll say it now. If Chris Paul remains healthy for the rest of this, the Suns are going to get to the finals. That's what I believe. If Chris Paul can stay healthy, and yeah, I've got the Suns going all the way to the finals in the West now. And as for Denver, I mean, yeah, Michael Porter Jr. now he has 11 points, but it's pretty much at this point, it's like they could have really used him to get going early in this game, and I mean extremely early. I mean, he came out like 0 for 6, I believe, before he hit his first shot on his seventh attempt. And as for the Suns, everybody who has played in the game has scored for the Phoenix Suns. And so they've definitely distributed that ball around very nicely. The Suns are winning the rebound battle with 44 rebounds to the Nuggets 39. And of course, the Suns are winning the most important stat, the points, 102 to 75. Yeah, if you're Denver, just go ahead and let Jokic rest the rest of this one. No need to put him back out there. Just get ready for game three. You're going to be at home. It's a great chance. And you're going to have to win game three. If you're at Denver, game three is a must. You got to win that. Cam Jackson, thanks for joining the chat. You say, wow, the Chicken Nuggets are getting ran off the court. Well, I tell you what, the Chicken Nuggets, they will put up more of a fight than what we're seeing right now from Denver. That is for sure. But yeah, it seems like every time I'm streaming, it's always a one-sided game. Like I got to get better at picking these games in terms of which ones to stream. And so, but I'm happy for the Phoenix Suns though. Watching Chris Paul out there, that is fun to watch for sure. Old man Mob, you say CP3 is that dude. CP3 will fight till the clock hits zero. Yeah, you best believe that he will. You best believe that he will, and that's why given his injury history, we need to make sure that the coaching staff is aware of how much time is on the clock. And once at some point take him out so that way we don't risk any injuries. We don't need any unnecessary injuries happening at the end of the game because he's going to go 100% the rest of the way. There's no doubt about that. So CP3 has been that guy. He's always been that guy. Just keeping that guy healthy is going to be the key for sure. Oh, wow, look at that. The Phoenix Suns with the most playoff wins without a title. Hopefully they'll be able to change that narrative this year. It's definitely about time. Nuggets have it, passing around up top. They shoot the three, and it is good. They now have 78 points. Score is Phoenix 102, Denver 78. And Phoenix with the bucket, no good. Denver has it. Pulls up for three. I guess this is the time of the game where if you're Denver, you're probably looking to pad some stats. Phoenix tries to get it down low. Ball stolen by Rivers. Denver has it up top. I mean, these guys have been very aggressive, both teams really, all game long in terms of just the energy out there. it's clear that some things have been said out there in the court, and so that's something to keep an eye on moving forward in the series with intensities, emotions running high, especially as we get closer towards elimination games. Cam Jackson says, favorite college football game and why was it the FCS West upset over Pop Brown? Favorite college football game, I would have to say, oh man, if we're talking just this past season, oh man, you would probably have to go with, given all of the games that were being canceled and stuff. And as a Big Ten guy, we really had half a season here. But it probably would be watching what Ohio State did to Clemson before the national championship game. We're not even going to discuss that, but just watching what Ohio State was able to do against Clemson, as Clemson has bested Ohio State for, it feels like forever, honestly. And so finally being able to get our revenge on them, that felt nice. Okay, and he misses the first free throw. Score still 102-78. Oh yeah, at this point, Denver, they're just ready for the next game. They want this game to be over. It's 103-78. Denver's bringing the ball up. Up. Three-pointer is no good, but they've got the offensive rebound. At this point, it's a great opportunity for guys to go out there and pad some stats. Yep, Millsap, he's not happy with the call. Oh, McGee's about to get in the game. Carmichael Mosby, thanks for joining the chat. I was looking for you earlier. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I know the game is a little bit one-sided, but I appreciate you joining still. And Cam, let's see, you said, can Denver rebound in this series after this poor game? Oh, yeah, definitely. Denver's the type of team that they certainly have the potential. The issues just lie in guys like Michael Porter Jr. not being able to, get going earlier in this game. The man was like 0 for 6 before he hit his first shot. And so they're at their best when he is actually contributing and scoring much more than 11 points. But Jokic did everything that he could to help. So certainly being at home next game is going to help Denver. And so game 3 is going to be pivotal. If they're going to do it, it's going to happen next game for sure. Let's see. Mamito, you said the Suns are going to be winning the series. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Suns are going to win this series. It's just a matter of how many games can the Nuggets steal. But I've got the Suns for sure winning this. The only thing that the Suns got to be careful of is making sure that Chris Paul doesn't go out there and get injured. But if he stays healthy, the Suns, they have this for sure. No doubt about it. And they're just out there having fun. I mean, it's 109-78. They're over there all smiles, So this is the point of the game where the backups get to come in and they get to make a name for themselves, for sure. Cam, you asked, how many years does Chris Paul have left? That is a real question right there, honestly. In terms of just, I'll go ahead and say at least about a good 2-3 years, perhaps. I don't know if he's the kind of player that, would be okay coming off the bench or anything like that at some point in his career. But yeah, I mean, I feel like him, Bron, they pretty much started around the same time. The clock is winding down, but obviously they're tremendous at what they do. Chris Paul's in a great situation. So I say about a good 2-3 years. I'll go with that for now. He may prove me wrong, though. He may play longer, but I'll say 2-3 years. Yep. Right now, as a team, the Phoenix Suns are shooting 49%, so almost 50% field goal percentage. And from three, they are shooting 46%. So they're making just about half of every three that they're throwing up there. And that explains why they have such a huge lead. When you're looking at Denver, they're shooting about 37% field goal percentage and nearly 30% from the three-point line. Jokic has really been the only bright spot in this game for Denver. And certainly everybody else, they need to look themselves in the mirror and get their act together before game three. So that way they don't get ran off their own home court next time. But I expect for this team to come out with much more intensity. They're a better team than how they performed today. You had to ask that question, Cam. Are the Suns the favorite to take the title with the Lakers out? Favorites, I wouldn't say favorites. Perhaps I feel like they should be the favorites to come out of the West, but obviously you got the Utah Jazz there. But I like what the Suns are doing right now. I feel like they're the hottest team in the West. But the favorites are still going to be the Brooklyn Nets. You've got Kevin Durant. You've got James Harden whenever he is healthy. Kyrie Irving. So the Nets, they're going to be the favorites. But, hey, I would love to see the Nets fall. That's what I'm hoping for. Old man Mob, you can see CP3. You can see 5 years, 2 to 3 of being the main guy and number two. But if he wants 2 3 years of being the third guy, then 5 years. And yeah, that honestly, old man, that certainly sounds accurate right there. I just wonder personally. Obviously the role that he's in right now. This is the great role for him. But would he be someone that would be okay coming off the bench and providing a spark? Or does he even want to continue to play that much longer? I guess there's a couple factors that come to play. Obviously getting a chip. If he gets his chip, is he still going to want to continue to run it back for another 4 years? Or, how is that going to play out? But certainly you're certainly on the right track there, for sure. And right now the score is currently Phoenix 109, Denver 83, and that shot is up. They miss, and Denver has the ball, bringing it up, and so he passes it out for three, and he makes it. Oh yeah, this is a great opportunity for those guys on the bench to go ahead and get some stats. And the score is 109 to 86. And Phoenix is able to get the bucket inside, 111 to 86. Yep, Denver's just trying to get through this game. Up, he's able to draw the foul on the shot. Let's see, you asked, have I watched the first episode of Loki? I have not watched it as of yet, not yet, but at some point I will get around to it. I will say that. Yep, and look at the face of those Denver Nuggets. I mean, I've seen that face way too many times in high school, way too many times. And the score is 111 to 87. Phoenix definitely with control of this one, and we'll be going up 2-0. And the backups are still coming out with that same energy that the starters had. Still passing it around, hustling for the rebounds. They want to be able to say at the end of the day, they contributed. Denver goes inside. No good. Phoenix with the rebound. They're bringing it up. And that shot, no good. But the foul. Yep, and Chris Paul, he's loving what he sees. We've got Kyler Murray in the stands. Larry Fitzgerald. I wonder if Larry Fitzgerald's going to be coming back for another season. I know that he's been very hesitant on his future. But with all the talent that they now have at the receiving position there, I mean, the addition of A.J. Green, I wonder if he wants to run it back one more time. And Kyler Murray, he should have a big season as well for the Cardinals. That's what I'm banking on. Yep, Phoenix will be all smiles after this one. They came, they took care of business, protected home court, but now we will get to see Denver Nuggets on their home court next time. Tomorrow, we will also get to see the Milwaukee Bucks on their home court after that beatdown that they were given by the Brooklyn Nets a couple nights ago. They will be at home, and hopefully, they can at least make this a little bit more of a challenging series for the Brooklyn Nets. And we'll see if Milwaukee is going to show any fight in this series. It's going to happen next game because if they go down 0-3, it's done. It's a wrap. If I'm being honest, it's done. It's done. I mean, it's already pretty much looking like it's done, but like they still will have the home crowd behind them, so we'll see how that works out for them. But I'm hoping that Milwaukee can get a W, but we'll see. All I can say is get that broom ready. I've got them getting swept. You'll also get to see the Clippers and the Jazz tomorrow night around 10 o'clock, and I'm really hoping that the Utah Jazz can go ahead, win this, and protect home court. And as I say that, the Phoenix Suns hit yet another three as they're up 114 to 91. But yeah, for Utah, protect home court tomorrow night. Don't let the Clippers steal one. Don't do it. Get that commanding 2-0 lead and put the pressure on the Clippers at their home court. A nice pass right there by the Phoenix Suns. And look at the bench, keeping it going. Even the bench is selfless. They're not out there just trying to pad stats here. They're still playing basketball. Denver shoots up top, and that's good. That was a nice looking shot right there. Nice looking shot. Score is 116 to 94. Phoenix drives in. He threw that one up, but it went in. It went in 118 to 94. Cam says Dallas has struggled on defense in the secondary. However, you feel that though they need a tank in the middle to push the line of scrimmage, why would Tamrock be a good fit for the Cowboys? Tamrock would be a good fit for the Cowboys because I've never seen anybody move Tamrock off the line of scrimmage, ever, ever. I mean, Tamrock has controlled not just the line of scrimmage, but like the weight room, cafeteria, you name it. Tamrock has been a force up in there. There's nothing that can move Tamrock out the way. So, yeah. Picture a boulder, that's Tamrock. There you go. And my goodness, the Suns are up 121 to 96. I mean, even the backups are able to keep this thing going. I'm sure Denver has a lot of frustration right now, a lot of frustration across the team in terms of being down 2-0. It's going to be a lot of pressure. These guys are not going to be sleeping well. They know that when they're at home, they have to come out and try to win game 3. Otherwise, it's a wrap. And Chris Paul is going to make sure that these Phoenix Suns are ready for that road game because he knows how important it is when you have a team down to put your foot on their throat. This man just lowered his shoulder and ran over old dude. Like, that was a football play. Like, if he's trying to improve his Madden trucking rating, then yeah, that's what you do, lower your shoulder like that. My goodness. Like, I'm surprised old dude didn't get up and try to swing on him after that. That was just disrespectful. Flat out disrespectful. Oh, what a block by McGee. Oh, yeah, and CP3. Whenever he does decide to step away from the game, he'd make one heck of a coach, I believe. And just like that, the Suns score again. It is 123 to 96. If teams keep getting beat like this in the second round of the playoffs, we might need to include some type of mercy rule or something for these guys at some point. If he pulls a 3, he's thinking about stats, and he airballed it badly. All right. Pass down low. Didn't work. Denver has it. At this point, it's a free-for-all. Who's going to try to pad their stat? You get the ball, you shoot at this point if you're Denver. Yep, and that's going to be the game, folks. The Phoenix Suns have came out and have taken control of this game. And right now, the series, as they're up 2-0 with a win of 123 to 98, a 25-point victory in which they had control of this game from start to finish. Um, Pretty much the Phoenix Suns all around, all of their starters in double digit scoring, led Devin Booker with 18. Chris Paul had 17 points, 15 assists. Bridges had 16 points. Aiden had 15. Crowder had 11. All across the board, these Phoenix Suns pretty much put on a performance out there. This is a game that the Denver Nuggets are going to want to forget. Cam says, can't win on the field, can't win on the fight, can't win a fight off the field either. Hey, that's how it be. That's how it be in all honesty. And so, yeah. Lamito says, how do I feel about the Raiders? I feel that right now with the Raiders, and everything that's going on, the Raiders, they have a good team, especially on offense. They're going to need guys like Henry Ruggs to step up drastically. I'm really interested to see how Henry Ruggs is going to look in year two. I don't know what was going on, as a rookie, but he has big play potential. So if Henry Ruggs can get going, then I really like the Raiders, and obviously if I'm if John Gruden's not sold on Derek Carr at this point of the season, try to get a quarterback. Whether that be Aaron Rodgers, whether that be Deshaun Watson, whomever. Try to get you a quarterback if you're not comfortable with what you got. I like the Raiders' offense. Their defense, though, I have some questions about their defense, considering the guys that they're going to be going against in that division, especially if Aaron Rodgers ends up on the Broncos. Then yeah, I've got some major questions about the Raiders' defense, but I like them from an offensive standpoint. Josh Jacobs, really like what the Raiders have offensively. Cam says, how do I feel about the original recipe at KFC? Well, I feel like, it has changed the game forever. It is one of those long lasting legacy type of things that is going to continue to forever, impact the chicken industry for sure. So thanks for the question. Oh, yeah. Chris Paul, perfect person to have for that interview there. And Chris Paul, his impact has certainly helped this team, and they've matured, throughout the season with him as the leader and Devin Booker as the best player. So certainly excited to see the Phoenix Suns moving on from here. And to get back to the question about the Raiders, John Gruden, at some point, John Gruden has got to start putting together some playoff teams. I know he signed that decade-long contract that he got, so he certainly, wants to put a quality team out there. They have some good pieces in place. It's just really hard when you have, the Chiefs out there, and then the Chargers. They made some good additions on the offensive line, all of that stuff. And so the Raiders, they're in a tough division, so they're going to need the offense to be top five in order for them to have a chance. But they came close last year. They did come close last year. The question is, how much better did they really get defensively? That's my question for the Raiders. Cam, you say that he was a waste of money. Oh yeah, I tell you what though, they really just fell in love with the John Gruden that we used to, that you see all the highlights of the younger version of John Gruden, the Gruden that first took the first Tampa Bay team to the Super Bowl. But the league's changed since then. And so John's going to have to do a lot better at just being able to just maintaining talent, honestly. Old Man Mob, you say stay safe and have a good one. You too, man. Thanks so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate you. And you have a great one. Look forward to seeing you next time. But yeah, John Gruden with the Raiders. I mean, I felt like when he first got there, he had some talent on the team, some young talent, but he ended up trading away your best offensive player and your best defensive player. So I mean, when he did that, it just made life a lot more difficult, honestly, for the Raiders. And so now they was in more of a rebuilding type of thing. And so, but last year they came close. They came close, but they're going to have to improve even more because this division's only going to get better, especially if Aaron Rodgers does go to the Broncos, and then you have yet another threat already. Yeah, but once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining on the stream. That really means a lot. Now that the game is concluded, I will go ahead and shut down this stream. But thanks again so much for joining. Really appreciate you guys. Look forward to talking with you guys next time I stream. I'll be post which game. I'm gonna think about it for a good minute. Think about which game I want to stream, and then I'll go ahead and notify you guys via, whether it's YouTube that you're following on or Twitter, whichever. I appreciate all of you, and thanks again for watching. And have a great night.